Is this thing on?
I think so.
What's up, y'all? Good evening. This is Larry Beecham, Coach Larry Beecham. Glad to have you all here. It's Monday night for our Monday night training call. I'm excited tonight. We're going to have a very special call. I have a very special guest. Some of you have never seen this guy before, never heard his voice. He's probably going to totally foreign to you all, and I'm going to hopefully transfer enough credibility to him for you to listen to him and show him respect. Welcome to Monday night's webinar. I'm excited to be here. Before we get into tonight's webinar, Dave is setting up for us to stream through the Facebook group just in case there are those who can't jump onto this. But let's do a little housekeeping. First of all, we do this training every Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Lock it into your calendar, set a reminder, notification, whatever you have to do. Make this a staple of your business because guess what? You never know what you're going to get. Sometimes you know because we obviously email it, but in other times you really don't know. But the point is it's a part of your business, and make sure that you're committed to what it takes to be successful. And part of that is being here on our Monday night webinar. Tonight we're going to cover some amazing content with Dave here. I'm here in St. Pete at the corporate office. We got one of our power coaches here, Anthony, in the background, still closing business. Somebody probably made $1,000 today just because of that guy alone.
Or multiple people.
Or multiple people, absolutely, for sure. So Monday nights, 9 o'clock. Also remember, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, I host Wake Up Legendary. That call is a 15-minute call. I'm on at 10 and I'm off at 10:15. And if you're watching in the Facebook group, almost everybody that attends gets some tremendous value out of that. Let me give you the phone number to jump onto that call. You'll also want to lock this in your calendar as well. It is 563-999-1286. Wake Up Legendary, Monday through Friday, 563-999-1286. Every day has a theme, and Friday is Free Coaching Friday. That's the only day we go longer than 15 minutes because I'm coaching. Last Friday, Dave jumped on and did some surprise coaching on his own. So what you got there? You got his live streaming too?
Well, I do. It's just, I'm fidgeting with it because I'm a perfectionist. And
you should have turned it sideways.
Should I have? Would that be better?
I don't know if it'll work now.
Does it?
Already started it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably sideways now.
Yeah.
Turn it back to, yeah.
Probably. See, you don't have to actually be like super technically savvy to be a digital marketer.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I mean, you're like demonstrating that.
Maybe I'm you know what? I mean, here's a point that I'm trying to make here with this is, again, you don't have to be a super, you don't have to be technology Batman to do this.
No, you're definitely not that. But anyway.
What? Wait, let's talk about, really, you don't think I'm a technology Batman?
I'm just agreeing with you, man. I'm just saying,
Let's see how we stand.
You ever see the Kermit the Frog thing?
2 sugars, please.
That's none of my business.
That's actually a popular thing here is the 2 sugars, please. I said that for a long time, and now I don't say it as much anymore. I feel like Regis Philbin and Kathy Lee here. You know what I mean?
I'm not Kathy Lee. I'm not Kathy Lee.
I didn't say you were Kathy Lee. I just said that I feel like Regis.
I just want to take the claim that I'm not her.
Right. Okay. So I'll be Kathy Lee.
I'm not saying I got the
you're more of a. I'll take Kathy Lee. It's fine. No, who is it now? It's not Kathy Lee. It's
a football player and
Strahan.
Yeah, Strahan and somebody.
Who's the gosh, I forget her name. She's going to be hosting the New Year's Eve thing with Anderson. It is. Wait, is it Kelly Ripa? Yes, yeah. I'll be Kelly. I'm okay with myself enough to be Kelly
actually
Ripa.
That kind of makes sense if you think about
Anderson Cooper and wait.
No, I mean
Michael Strahan, right? Yes. No, you are. There's some chocolate and there's some vanilla there.
You picked the boy.
Right. 2 chocolate, 2 sugars, please, on that one.
All right, man. Let's get back on track. So Monday night,
is there a track? Where is the track? I don't know. Can you find the track?
Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Wake Up Legendary. Locked it in. Also in our Facebook group, I have a document for all the recordings. So if you missed the live, you can jump on, but get on live. I mean, don't be lazy if you can get on. All right.
Don't be non-legendary.
Right. Yeah. That's totally non-legendary to just wait for the replay.
Right. Seriously. Hey, is there going to be a recording of this when you're laying in bed and you see Larry post on? Is there going to be a recording? Because I really don't want to dial in right now.
When people lead with that, it's like,
yeah.
You're not going to.
Are you? No, and I think that's a great way to kind of sum up. Like leaders in this business and non-leaders.
Right.
It's like leaders get on live, non-leaders are always looking for a recording.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you agree with that, Anthony? I mean, really, he agrees with that. I mean, because it's true.
Yeah, the easy way out. So 5 days a week. We do that.
Aaron says Strahan's not there anymore. It's actually Ryan Seacrest now. So we got double vanilla. We're posed with a challenge right now. So which one? Who's who here? Seacrest, and I think I'm okay with being Ripa. When it comes to Seacrest, you can be Seacrest. Okay. Anyway,
That's right. Strahan went to.
we're
Good
going to
Morning
talk
America.
about something important at some point tonight.
Yeah, we'll get there. I'm just trying to do the housekeeping. Okay. Legendary. Where's the book at? Where's our book? I always like to do a promo on the book.
There is a book around here somewhere.
The Legendary Marketer book. Let me tell you something. Straight up though, lead generation powerhouse. If you give that, you like that lead generation powerhouse?
Yeah.
If you give that away liberally, it will transform your business. Seriously, I mean, people want to have something tangible, and it's a departure from the digital world. Although we're in a digital business, it's something powerful about getting a physical book in the mail and being able to turn the pages. That's still very, very powerful. Long story short, your book funnel. Use your book funnel to generate leads. Use your book funnel to generate interest in what Legendary Marketer has to have or has to offer, and you'll start to see yourself generating some leads. So I covered the Monday night call. I covered Wake Up Legendary. I covered the book funnel. So now it's time to cover what we're here for.
I think so. I mean, I'm excited to talk about what we have tonight is, what we're releasing, which is an opportunity to get some tickets to the upcoming Sales and Marketing Experience, and I'm pumped about that. There's a link, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, there's only a certain amount of VIP tickets available. That's not fake scarcity. There's only a certain amount of VIP tickets available. So I just we're going to give some value and kind of talk about there's something that's really useful we're going to talk about tonight, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
Let me do this housekeeping as well. I never want to make a point to miss this. If you're brand new to Legendary, welcome to Legendary, first and foremost. Glad to have you. Welcome to the family. Make sure you log into your back office.
Welcome to the family.
Is that your godfather?
Yeah.
That's like the godmother. But make sure you log in.
This whole Kelly Ripa thing's going way too far.
Make sure you log into your back office and locate your coach. As soon as you log in, their picture, their number, actually their picture and their schedule to call button is there. But here's the deal. Click on that scheduling button and schedule a meeting with your coach, so your coach can help you go through the videos. And most people don't understand the psychology. It's really simple. A human being with a human being to help you get success. Binging on the videos like it's Netflix is not going to help you make money. You want to go through the videos with someone so that you can understand what it takes to be successful. And that's why David put the system together like that. If you like getting the congratulations, you made $1,000 or whatever you've seen in a group, it begins with that coaching call, right?
It does. It's high tech and high touch is the beautiful. It's what nobody else is doing. It's what we are doing, and nobody else is doing it like we do it. And so, thank you for making sure.
Absolutely,
that's mentioned, because I wouldn't have. I would have spaced out and talked about other things.
For sure, no, that's fine. If you're brand new, make sure you know in the group that you're new. On I think this is streaming on YouTube. If you're out here on Facebook Live through the group, let us know if you're brand new. We're here for you. We're here for
throw us some hearts, some likes,
some love.
If you guys are on the live stream, then drop a comment and say something. Give somebody some encouragement. Put some positivity out into the world, and let us send you some back, right, through the form of sending you support and energy. So drop a comment, hit some hearts, some likes if you're on Facebook. Just let us know that you got a pulse. You're excited. You're energized to be doing what we're doing here, because it really does start with your desire and willingness to have a positive attitude and be a supportive member of the community, and then allow us to support you back, right? But first, we got to know you exist. You have a heartbeat. You're excited to be here, and you'd be amazed how far that gets you.
Well, this being a holiday season, we're in the background working on some things that are, I like to call the gift that's going to keep on giving and giving and giving. And this year coming up, there's going to be some amazing things happen for those of you that make the highest commitment. But tonight we're here to talk more importantly about our next event. Specifically, we want to give you some value. I've been to, since I joined Legendary as a coach, and then I started emceeing and speaking and stuff, I've been to two live events.
Which many don't know, because you've humbly not made that announcement yourself, but you've become our global director of training. And so I'll officially announce that here, even though it's a sort of unofficial announcement. But we're honored to have you. And I just want to tell you that I appreciate, your legendary experience that you bring here to make Legendary Marketer even more legendary than it already is. So,
well, real talk, I appreciate you seeing the value, and I'm just You know, I'm sold out to what we have to offer here. So David has entrusted me with the vision of training and moving forward and making sure that the most number of people who really want success get it and they follow our blueprint. But as I was saying, the events are critically important to your success, and that can't be said. You know, I can't be tongue in cheek with that. I can't be, you know, sort of soft with that. You have to be committed to getting around the people who are the most successful, but not just that. It's about forming relationships, lifelong relationships. It's about those side conversations that, you know, you'll pick up little nuggets of wisdom and value. You know, right. It's that type of stuff. But more specifically, I want to turn it over to Dave to kind of talk about the upcoming event that's happening February 2nd through 4th right here in St. Pete, Florida. We'll drop in some value along the way. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn this officially over to the legendary marketer himself, David Sharp.
Well,
keep shouting out the love now.
Yeah,
don't stop.
If you stop the love, we're just ending the webinar.
Right. I'm gonna get up and go like, all right, this y'all later.
Yeah. So keep that going. You know, I'm honored and I'm humbled by. I'm tired too. Humbled. My mouth. It's first day with my new mouth. Just got a new one, and so just tripping and bumbling over that. So I think I'm humbled by you know, the results people are getting more than anything, and that's as a result of people taking action and us, you know, guiding them along the way. But I think that what I want to point out is that, you know, what we do here with our events and the things that we release, we do, for example, the sales and marketing experience. And you guys you're watching this, there's a link somewhere around to grab a ticket for that. You can grab a general admission, you can grab a VIP ticket. The VIP are limited because we're doing some cool stuff, and the general are also limited actually. So I would encourage you guys to get a ticket. The VIP ticket, we're going to be doing an entire day just for those VIP people. And then we're also going to be doing something at night. We're going to take you out to dinner. It's exceptional, amazing value for the price. And that's one thing that I'm proud of. Particularly this event is a great example of that. If you're somebody who's into our community and you've not been to one of our mastermind events yet, maybe even you signed up for one of our mastermind memberships, but you haven't been yet, then, or again, if you're somebody who's new and you haven't been to an event, you're saying, hey, a lot of people come in and they say, well, oh gosh, I'm not licensing the builder, and am I out of, is there nothing here for me? And this sales and marketing experience, this is something I can say is for everybody. And there's a couple of cool things about it. First and foremost, last year, and one thing that I like about what we do at Legendary is everything's authentic and real. We're not paying people to come and review us on Entrepreneur and Forbes. The reason why I say that is because there are people who go out and get promotional PR firms and stuff like that. It's a thing. It's a marketing thing. And I'm not saying I think that's bad, but what I think is cool about what we're doing is we're getting recognized by contributors and columnists at Forbes and Entrepreneur Magazine who are coming in and reviewing what we're doing. And for a guy like me, that's cool. My story is I went from park benches to Park Avenue, right? So I'm not somebody who was born with a silver spoon who thinks that I'm entitled to be in Forbes Magazine. I just think that, if you put in the work, actually, he said it earlier, Denzel Washington said a quote. What was it?
Hard work works,
right? Hard work works. And we've worked hard to help people get results over the last year. And some of these high profile columnists from Forbes and Entrepreneur came and started, reviewing what we were doing. And the Entrepreneur people looked at this particular event and said, hey, this is one of the top 10 events for marketing events for entrepreneurs in the entire world. That's up there in the ranks with the Digital Marketer Traffic and Conversion Summit and some of the other big time events that are going on. They came and they said, hey, this is an event for people who are more new style people who are beginners, people who are looking to transition from a career or set themselves up for a retirement. This is the event that they go to. Now, some of the other events like Traffic and Conversion Summit and some of these other maybe higher level events, they're better for people who have digital marketing agencies and things of that nature. If you want to learn how to be a digital marketer, earn unlimited income from anywhere in the world, this is the event to come to. It's the event of the year that you should be at, right? If you're going to go to any event, this is the event to go to. Why? Well, because there's 3 specific components. And I'm telling you this because, a lot of everything, not a lot, everything that we do, we don't just pull out of our hat. Larry and I are sitting here right up to 8:50. We walked outside to get some fresh air. We're developing an entire new training program for your traffic and your marketing, right?
Absolutely.
That's what we're doing right now. And I'm letting Larry's cat out of the bag per se, right? Because we want to help you get more results. We want to help you. We're strategizing your business. Like one of our friends, Ricardo, says, we care about your family more than you care about your family. Now, that's a strong statement, right? And I got that from Ricardo. You'll meet him at a later date. But we are sitting up here thinking about your family. You know what I mean? Like I want you to swallow that, because when I sat across him at the table the other day. He's one of our coaches here at Legendary. And he said that to me, and I was like, I had a lump in my throat. I was like, does this man actually care about my family more than I? Now I had to remember that, hey, I'm legendary in what I do. I know, because hard work works, like Denzel says. But the reason why I'm saying all of this is because what's unique about Legendary Marketer is that we don't have a bunch of big gurus, Larry. Like I've been in companies and been part of leadership in companies that it was the entire success of the company was solely dependent upon the same dog and pony show leadership that won and succeeded in every company that they've been a part of. Mm-hmm. And when I founded Legendary back in 2000 and whatever year this is, 2016, 15. I know, but last year was about a year ago. I thought to myself, what if we built a company that was based in all of the success, all of the accolades, all of the articles, everything was based on brand new people having success. Now, here's how I was able to accomplish that, and here's proof of that's true. Because of my track record in the internet marketing industry, a lot of big time leaders came to me and they said, hey, Dave, let me in the Facebook group. I want to, whatever you're doing, I want to promote it. Hook me up with a Compt account, all this different kind of stuff. And every single one of those people, and I've shown several of my staff members, Facebook messages. I didn't let certain people into our Facebook group because I wanted to control the culture. I wanted the culture to be pure. I wanted people to have a real shot, and I wanted our results to be authentic, not bubbled, not dirtied up by by one person who is making all the money and nobody else was winning, right? If you're in as a matter of fact, our Facebook group demonstrates it pretty accurately, right? Somebody I think yesterday I counted almost 10 people who said they made their first commission ever. Right? But because when we run a traffic co-op, we don't disappoint. Most times when people run traffic co-ops, they take everybody's money and go dump something stupid that doesn't work, and then have to come back to everybody and say, well, we got a bunch of leads, but sorry, nobody got any sales. Right? And everybody's disappointed and nobody does it again. But because we know what we're doing. Now, we're not, mechanics, we're not heart surgeons. We don't claim to be any of this other stuff, but when it comes to digital marketing, I believe we're the best in the world. We build the best world-class systems. We have the best education. And so this sales and marketing experience, I'm saying all this to say that everything that we do, we don't just pull out of our hat. This sales and marketing experience is based on the same 3 principles that every single thing in Legendary Marketer is based off of. I believe, and I believe that we believe, right? Larry has just, I think he has different and more and as unique and I believe just as long of experience as I do, right? So I believe that you believe the same thing that I do in terms of what creates success. I've believed this for quite a while now. The first thing is I believe you got to be getting the right information from the right person. I believe if you've got somebody trying to show you how to fix your truck who's never worked on your whatever 1999 Ford F-150, right? I believe that if they don't have any experience working on cars and they don't have any experience working on your specific type of car, they're not going to be able to fix it.
Right.
So we have unique experience working with people who want to start a digital marketing business and of all different experience levels. Okay. The second thing, Larry's going to watch me, the computer, and he's going to watch it on his phone.
I was going to try to see who's commenting, just try to show him some love. But go ahead.
Here's the second thing. Okay. Here's the second thing.
And I'm gonna plug up your phone.
I believe that you got to be getting the right information. The three things are this: the right information from the right person in the right environment, right? You could have 2 out of 3 of those things. You could be getting the right information from the right person, but you're not getting it in the right environment. A lot of you guys are struggling with this, right? You're getting the right information in terms of our courses and videos, but you're getting it from the right people, but you're not getting it in the right environment. Right? A lot of you guys have you have a not effective home environment, which means that the dog's barking, the wife, the husband, the neighbor, the kids are screaming, there's no order in your house, or you're surrounded by a bunch of people who have limiting beliefs. Nobody believes that what you're doing is real or you should be doing it. And because of spending so much time around all of those people, you actually don't believe that you should be doing it, and you don't believe in yourself. So, which is the reason why we put on so many events. It's the reason why we put on so many conferences and masterminds. And this sales and marketing experience is a perfect opportunity for you to come and get the right information from the right people. And here's the third and final thing that makes it all work: in the right environment. Because when you see me standing 2 feet from you, when you see Larry Beacham standing, maybe he's standing 1 foot from you because he's giving it to you. I mean, he identifies you as somebody who needs it up close and you have people who are standing on stage. You have people who you're asking questions, taking pictures with. It's up close and personal. It's a different experience. It's a more powerful experience. Okay, does that make sense? And so that's what the sales and marketing experience is. I mean, guys, for most of you, you don't need to be convinced of that because no, you're fine. You don't need to be convinced of that. Yeah, you're good right there. You guys don't need to be convinced of that because you've been to our events before. But those are the 3 components. And I think one of the biggest things that is not to be misunderstood is, what does it take to be successful? And obviously it takes somebody taking action. We were talking about earlier the idea of the law of attraction, and how some people literally look at the law of attraction like it is an easy way out of actually doing work. It's like, there's a Lamborghini in my driveway. There's a Lamborghini in my driveway. There's a Lamborghini in my driveway. And somebody might even say, there's no weeds in my lawn. There's no weeds in my lawn. There's no weeds in my lawn. The truth of the matter is, the guy who just got out there, or the gal who said, I'm just going to spend 30 minutes in the yard. I don't want to do it, but I'm just going to go out there and do it. The weeds are gone. They're moved on with their day because hard work just works. Right now, again, the cool thing about this company and the system is the fact that we do 90% of the heavy lifting for you, but the 10%, which I've always said is what you need to be focused on, which is your traffic generation and your mindset. We take care of that in our education, with our coaching, and specifically at our events. And one last thing, I'm ranting here about this because I think it's so powerful. If you can just say, you know what, Dave, I'm a little bit, getting out of the house, it's hard. I don't really want to get on the plane. It's uncomfortable. I'm afraid of flying. Like, people will come, they will manifest and make up fears for things that they don't want to do. Like, people will literally make up things because they don't want to do it. But if you're watching this call, and if you're looking to get started with your digital marketing business, or if you're really looking to take it to the next level, like you've been having some success, but you wonder, how can I get to the next level? I'm telling you this right now, the way to get there is to get around people who are more successful than you are.
Let me tell a little quick story. I said this, I don't know if it was on the wake up call or what it was, but it was one of the first times I met you personally. And it was not an event. It was just, we have a mutual connection. They made it possible for us to all get together for lunch. And we came over to St. Pete and met you. I had never met you before. I knew you were. And I was actually sort of on the heels of some success I was having personally. And I remember when we came through the office and you came out, and I was face to face with you. I was probably 5 feet from you. You shook my hand, but just being in your space, I remember feeling uncomfortable. And at the time, I didn't understand what it was. But what it was is your success was challenging my so-called success. And I had success. And what I'm getting at is when you get around somebody who is at a level or 2 or 5 above you, and you really want to be successful, there's something about that person that's going to make you uncomfortable. Now, there's one of two ways you can go with that discomfort. You can do like the majority of people do and run back to people who are below them so they can feel good about themselves.
Right.
Or you go ahead and figure out what is it about this man that's making me uncomfortable so I can figure out how I can grow. Because that's what I felt I needed. He brought, without his words, Larry, you have another level to get to, just being around him. And I believe that was a seed planted many years ago that led to where we are right now. My point is proximity. How many people in your life are like David Sharp? We're not building David up to be anything special per se, but there is something special about his success. There is something special about someone who has been, it took 3 years to make, and we were joking about this, 3 years to make $1 million. Right. Now, some people could go, oh, 3 years, that's like forever. Okay, well, how long did it take you to make your first $1 million? I'm still waiting. I mean, we're not throwing that in your face, but what we want you to understand is there is a definitive reason why there are certain things that you can't overcome. And it might start with who are you around?
Right.
My phone's around also over there. I got a message from one of our new members who just stepped up to a license and said that he had just made his first commission. But when he talked on the Thursday morning business plan call for the new licensees, he said he never dreamed in a million years that he'd actually be talking directly to a millionaire. And he was like just overwhelmed. And it wasn't like David said something magical. The fact is, in his life, the chances of actually having that level conversation, even if it is over the phone, was not likely to happen. And for him, it started to expand his belief system. He said, and you know what he said to me? There's some feeling I'm having, I can't explain it. And I said, the feeling you're having, my friend, is hope. That's what you're feeling. You're feeling hope for the first time in its probably most purest sense. So amplify that now by having David, myself, some of the coaches, other people in the system who are making life-changing income. Life-changing income is a relative term. Sure. Some of you, life-changing income is an extra $2,000 a month. So while others, it's 20 grand or whatever the case might be. But you're in a room of people who are just like that. And as David said, there's no superstars. There's nobody walking, oh my God, there's so-and-so. That's not the case.
And there might be those people,
in the future,
you get around,
right.
well, but hold
yeah.
on. But
oh, you are, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But when you get around them, the powerful thing about somebody who you see online or you see as this like guru or God, what's interesting is when you get around that person and you do look them in the eye, and this is, I think, speaks to what you were just talking about, you realize, man, this person puts their pants on the same way that I do.
Right. And so my point was, in most places, like you said, they get paraded, where in our environment, it's not about the parade. It's about, let me give you an opportunity to get within eyeball distance. You can feel the heat coming off. You know what I mean? You can see that this guy has this guy's got a blemish on his forearm or something. You know, it's like he's not like made.
He got like a hairy mole behind his ear.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
you can come to the event and see if I have that or not. Like, I'm not going to say if I do or not.
I'll keep it to myself. So that's an important lesson, and a lot of people don't get that lesson because and here's my next point: mentorship and counsel is one of those things that most of us have no concept of at a deep level. Even if that counsel is over a cup of coffee and you have 5 minutes with somebody. I grew up, I was fortunate enough to have my dad in my life. And my dad came and go a lot in the house, like most dads. My dad, I'm going to the store to get some cigarettes. I'm going to the store to get some milk. I'm running up the street, blah, blah. I'm headed to work. But one thing my dad never did say, and it's just because he didn't know, he never did say, son, I'll be back. I'm going to talk to my mentor. Son, I'll be back. I'm going to this event up the block so I can learn how to be a better dad. I didn't grow up like that.
Wow.
So I was not able to benefit from the value of an event. So obviously it took somebody like you and this kind of industry to introduce me to the first generation to say to my kids, hey kids, I'll be back. I'm going to see my mentor. Hey kids, I'm going to see my financial advisor. Hey kids, I'm going to this event for 2 days so that daddy, when he comes back, can have this.
Right.
Okay. That's missing. And a lot of you have that blind spot.
Yeah.
And it's the reason why you make excuses, why you don't come to events, why you make rational decisions that are really irrational. And you find yourself on Facebook looking at the group while people are having transforming moments and you missed it.
Right.
Because the event is once a year. It's not once a month. It's not once a week. It's not like the old leaves on the tree. This is a 365 days of loss that you will suffer without being there. And I'm not talking money loss. I'm talking that, like I said, private conversation, that nugget from stage, that interaction that you see off to the left between two people, the breakthroughs, people saying, you know what, I came to this event with some baggage and I left it here.
Right. And that's what we want you to do.
Right.
And we'll show
Right.
you how to leave
Right.
your stuff at the event so you can leave lighter. And
Right.
you did at one of our mastermind events recently, you did a exercise that transformed the entire room. I mean, the entire room left a different human being, right? And when you're learning from somebody like Larry, who's in the room with experience that is, powerful enough to transform an old hang up that's been with you for 20 years, right? When you're being led and that's why I say the right information from the right person in the right environment.
Right.
And there's no, and you guys can say all day long, well, I'm getting the right information from the right people watching videos on YouTube all night. But the difference between putting your physiology in something and also the difference between taking the action of getting in the plane, train, or automobile and traveling to that place, it is an experience that you will take. We'll show you how to anchor the experience and make it something that will affect you. There's people who came to events, with me years ago and still email and text and message me on social media saying that event changed my life. That was the turning point. That was the defining moment of my life where I went from victim to victor. Or that's where I went from, having more excuses than days in the month to, making a decision that I was no longer going to let excuses run my life. And what's interesting about succeeding in this business is way simpler than any of you realize. It's just for most of you, it's a mental switch to get out of your own way, and oftentimes it's not even something that somebody's going to say to you. It's something that you're going to observe. How does this person move? How does this person interact with you? Human beings we have this unique ability to say things without saying words, and you can't get that unless you're with somebody.
Right.
We say more with our language, with our body language, with our interactions with people that, it's amazing. It's mind blowing. I mean, most people back in the day when they didn't have, and I'm talking about back centuries ago, or even millions of years ago, this planet is billions of years old. I mean, it's literally been around. Now, I'm not a scientist by any means. I'm a 9th grade dropout. So anything that I say that's scientific should be taken with a grain of salt. But I can tell you that we've been around a lot longer than the 34 years that I've been here, the 50 or 60 years that you've been on this planet, okay, or however long you've been here. There's been decades, centuries, millions of years of people here, and it's only in the last 100 years that we've developed communication and technology and the things that we have. There were thousands, millions of years before this that people had to communicate with other forms of communication. I say all that just simply to say that there's something that you will take away from this event, most likely, that will be as powerful as some nugget you hear from stage, just from interacting with one of our coaches, myself, or one of our leaders. So again, our call to action to you tonight is real simple. It's to grab your ticket. I don't know how else to say it. People who are unsuccessful complain and refund and figure out every reason. And I'm not here to sell you on this. I'm not here to, mask this in some, sexy sales pitch. I'm just here to tell you that successful people go to events. It's just simple. I every year I go to multiple events, both our events and other events. I'm a part of mastermind groups, both the mastermind groups that I lead, but also the mastermind groups that I'm a part of, right? Because a great leader has to be a great follower to be a great leader. They have to understand how to be a student to be a teacher, and so for most of you guys, just getting to the event is going to be the deciding factor, that kind of defining moment for your career. And I think one of the the things that's different about, we were just talking about this, we were talking about this a few minutes ago before we started this, was that the difference between Legendary Marketer and all the other home business scams and the work from home bullcrap out there is that we're actually setting you up to have a career. We're setting you up to learn a trade. It's kind of like my dad, who took me to work with him and taught me how to do plumbing and tile. If I need to,
right,
Larry, if I need to,
right,
I can go do that, right? But fortunately for me, and I had the support of my dad, which many of you know my dad and I's story and some of the experiences that I've had with him. Thankfully, I had his support in pursuing a different career that's given me basically, and I don't want to sound hypey about this, but a license to print money. This career, this trade that we're doing, we're doing everything in our mind and power to teach you this. We're like trying to jam this down your throat. Like many of you guys are fighting us on this. You're, right. Every day we get up and we do everything that we can to think of new ways to convince you to do what's best for you guys. And I know it's uncomfortable. It's like we're asking you to go and work your job that you work and bust your tail at, and then come home and put in an hour by going through a couple of steps a night. Like, I know it's a lot. And then after you go through the core steps, we're asking you to invest in products that, so you don't have to do all the work of inventing and creating and filming and doing the sales videos and running the tech department. Like, I know it's a lot. We're asking you to part with your hard-earned money. We're asking you to get on a plane and drive down to us because we're putting all the work in planning this awesome event for you. All these things, I know they're work. I get it. But when you do them, you're coming down, you're driving you're flying. I don't care. I've seen people hitchhike. I've seen people get on bicycles, motorcycles, planes, trains, automobiles, hitchhiking, whatever, because you're coming down to pick up a printer. And again, I don't want to sound hypey, but you're coming down. We're going to hand you a printer that you're going to take home, and you're not going to be able to plug into the wall right away. It's going to have to sit on the shelf for a second while you learn how to turn it on, how to, load the ink in it, how to plug it into the wall and not kill yourself, right? But once you find out how to plug this printer into the wall, right, which usually takes about 90 days if you really dig in and take our advice and pursue it. When you learn, we're handing you the printer. You just need to go home. We're not giving you a manual to figure it out on your own either. We're saying, hey, we're gonna work with you and show you how to work this printer. We're not just selling a printer saying, hey, good luck, Larry. Let us know how that works out for you. We're getting on the phone with you. Like, I'm just saying, guys, most people in my career, in my experience of teaching people, they'll leave and then they'll come back and they'll say, well, right, damn, I went out there and I tried some other stuff and I realized this was just the best thing that I'd ever done, because you guys are teaching me real stuff. Again, we're giving you the printer. You got to come to Tampa. You got to come to St. Pete, though. Our hometown. St. Pete's going to be awesome. Like, the event is just going to be Mac Daddy. It's going to be the best thing you've ever been to. And we're going to give you the printer, and we're going to show you how to plug it into the wall. I couldn't think of another better analogy than that.
It's all good. Shout out to Ashandra. She said that the last event, the sales and marketing, was the first time she met you for the first time. Ashandra. I'd like to call her the little sister. Our little sister of the family. Let's see here. Just shout out to
hello, family. Hey, sis.
Kyle Lee Weber. Shout out to Kyle Lee Weber. Good stuff. All right. Let's see here. Events changed my life. I could say that with 100% confidence. Go to the events, point blank, period. That's from Kyle Lee Weber. Sean Lowry. You going fishing? That's Mr. Going Fishing is out there. Love Sean.
I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna give something away tonight. Now you won't know. You just have to buy. the fifth person to buy a VIP ticket tonight, I'm going to get on and do a personal one-on-one coaching session with you. The fifth person to buy a VIP ticket tonight. Just saying, fifth person. Okay, we're going to go in and we're going to look. We'll reach out to you. I'm going to post it in this live stream.
That's crazy.
In the comments.
Okay, so
person.
Okay. So are you saying, just so
I don't know
clear,
how many we've sold. We may have sold none. We may have sold
Right,
four,
right.
3. I don't know. The fifth person, though, you have to have bought your ticket.
So what I'm just clarifying. When you say one-on-one, you mean like you call
Nobody
them,
else. I'm going to call them on the phone.
call them on the phone.
Yeah, I'm going to set it up to make sure it works for them too. I'm going to reach out to them personally. Just saying. And you don't know what else. Like you don't know what else we might do for you. You know what I mean? Like we want you to win as much or more as you want to win.
Right. Wow. Okay.
Guys, get your tickets. Meet us in St. Pete. It's going to be the best thing you did in 2018.
Yeah.
Okay?
What's up, Wade? Shout out to Wade's on the call. So we got people in the Facebook group, people right here on the live stream. So we covered a lot of ground tonight, and Janine James from South Africa.
You know what? I'm not even going to play around. The first person and the fifth person. I can't not reward the first person. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to look up the first person that bought a VIP. I don't know. You could be the first. We may have not sold any. People are tire kickers. So there's a good chance that you still might be first. And there's a great chance that you're going to be fifth. If you're coming already, do it right now. The one-on-one coaching's on the line. Just, I mean, how much do you value that? Should I give away $1,000 or should I give you a one-on-one coach? What if I give you a nugget that's worth?
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. Did you give out the link?
It's posted both below each video, yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure they got the link.
Yeah. It's posted on the live stream. It's posted on both live streams.
Okay.
So.
Excellent. So we did our best to show you from experience. Well, I mean, don't they say experience is the best teacher? I have not met anybody, and this is real talk, and I've been in this industry full time since 2011. And in the last 6 years, everybody that I know that's a mega producer is on the front row of most events, multiple events. As a matter of fact,
we just got an announcement that Muhammad Ali, it was the first VIP. Just want to throw that out there. You got a VIP coaching session from me coming, my man.
Ali. And we do have a member, for those of you thinking we're BSing. No, there is a Muhammad Ali in the group. Identify yourself so people know we're not goofing off.
Right. No, Muhammad Ali is
an actual member.
Yeah, right.
Because they're like, really, David? After 40 minutes, you had me up until you said the greatest is in Legendary Marketer. I mean, there's a member named Muhammad. That's his name. So anyway, having some fun with it. All right, but what was I going to say, Daggone it? I was going to say something.
I think you were ready to say if what we've said tonight, I mean, doesn't convince you, then let's check your pulse. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe I was going to say that. Okay. So
I mean,
what we said tonight doesn't convince you.
I mean, hey, you can't take yourself too seriously, or else nobody else will.
No, what was I going to say? There was something, I kind of find myself thinking of important things, and when I say them, they make me feel important, but now all of a sudden it's gone.
Come on out and have some fun with us, people. Come on, get out your environment and come down to St. Pete, February 2nd through the 4th. Let's do this for real, guys.
Yeah.
We can't wait to see you.
Yeah, good stuff. All right, well, look, is there anything else you want to cover?
I think I've said everything that I can say. I mean, there's just going to be a lot of value. You got a lot of speakers that are going to be booked, a lot of leaders in Legendary that you want to meet that are going to be there. Larry's going to be there, of course. All of our coaches are going to be there, a lot of them anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, our events, I think they're experiences, which is why this is called a sales and marketing experience. And they're pretty legendary in and of themselves. I mean, a lot of people talk about them. They're pretty well known. And so, give yourself a gift. If it's your Christmas gift, if that's what you're going to gift yourself this Christmas, it's a great idea, right? Somebody on your team, somebody who's in the membership, what a great Christmas gift it would be. I'm just thinking of giving. I'm in a service-oriented mind every day, so I'm just coming up with some different ideas at this point now about, each one teach one. You know what I mean? Like some of you guys are looking for your breakthrough, and one of the biggest things that could lead to that might be just doing something for somebody else and kind of getting in that mind of being that servant and that teacher. And Tony Robbins, whether you hate him or love him, he says, the secret to living is giving. So again, that's what we do at Legendary. We give all of ourselves all day, every day. So just throwing it out there. I mean, buy a ticket for somebody, buy a VIP ticket for somebody, go big. You know what I mean? Like, do something. I don't know. I'm thinking of things that I think are legendary. There's greatness within people, where greatness can be created within people who do stuff like that. Call somebody up and say, let's go together. Let's room together. You know what I mean? Get an accountability partner. You know what I mean? Or post in the group, I'm looking for, a roommate, or I'm looking, for an accountability partner, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, just giving you guys different ideas. You can be in business by yourself, but you don't need or for yourself, but you don't need to do it by yourself.
That's a great, for us being in the holiday season, that's a great seed to plant. Somebody needs to David said that to somebody, and it tugged on your heart. And if it tugged on your heart, it's you he's talking to. It's just as simple as that. It's not for everybody, but if it's tugging on your heart, what he just said is for you. So operate in the faith that there's something waiting for you by moving on what you're feeling. There's an amazing power to give. You know what I mean? You can give your way out of some things. There's a book or an audio called The Go Giver. It's a great audio. Have you ever heard that before?
I have.
Yeah, actually, The Go Giver. If you go check out The Go Giver, it's an amazing story about how someone turned their heart towards giving and away from being a go-getter to being a go-giver, and it transformed their life and business. But I digress a little bit. So listen, that's what we wanted to cover tonight. Thank you so much for deciding to jump onto the Monday night webinar. Do me a favor, though. Make a comment in the group. If you've been to an event for Legendary Marketer event, no matter what it is, make a comment in the group about the value, and I want you to tag at least 2 people on your own comments and encourage that person to go and get their VIP ticket or their general admission ticket. But do us all a favor. The testimonial that you bring, not just me, not just David, you, the member, the person that is just like him or her, when you talk about what you got out of the event and how it transformed you, changed you, the relationships you formed, you tag a couple people and bring them to the awareness of what it is and encourage them to do the same thing, then we'll create some momentum, because nobody wins. Nobody wins if you keep that to yourself. Nobody wins. And it's not about you anyway. It's about those around you. And when you give at the level I'm talking about, when you give away the book, when you give away value, when you sow into somebody else's life, you reap what you sow. That's a principle. So do your best to sow into somebody else, whether it's encouragement, knowledge, support, and in this case, a ticket. Wow, you have no idea who last night cried on the edge of their bed praying for God to send them some sort of relief, some sort of sign that he's listening, some sort of sign that there's hope to keep fighting for their dream. Hope that 2018 is their true year. You could be carrying around that little bit of hope by releasing a ticket into their life.
And one thing that a lot of you guys are sitting back in our group. By the way, somebody asked where the closest airport is. Tampa Airport. Tampa Airport's the closest airport, and we're holding the event at the downtown St. Petersburg Hyatt. It's the brand new Hyatt downtown St. Pete. And St. Pete's beautiful. If you've never been down here to St. Pete, I don't live in this is paradise down here. So come down and check it out. But this is the last thing I'm going to say, because just speaking on what you were just saying, a lot of you guys are sitting in the group or sitting in this community on the sidelines. You're sitting around, and you are, you're not engaging. Like, you know what I mean? You're just watching. And what I want to tell you tonight is that in order to really be a part of a family, you have to be a part of a family. Like, if you want to be a part of a family, you got to show up to the holiday function. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's just an analogy. A lot of people say, well, they don't include me. Have you ever hosted? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people complain that people don't call them or include them or things like, and I'm challenging your belief systems right now, I know. But if you want to be a part of something, and you want people to help you, and you want people to serve you, and you want people to want to see you win and give you shortcuts and give you things, then what are you doing to earn and deserve that? And what are you also giving to the world to receive that back? Whatever your religious or spiritual belief is, I believe that whether you call it karma or whatever, what we put out into the world, and it is a religion, it's a Christian, what you reap, you sow, right? It talks about that in that particular religion. I'm sure no matter what other religion you are, I'm sure it talks about it there too. It's because it's a human principle, right? So the reason why hey Dave, why are you saying this? Are you going to all call us to the altar now? No, I'm not going to call you to the altar. I'm just saying that the principles of success are the same thing. You want to know my secret to success? It's that I believe I've helped more people than anybody else in this industry. That's just my belief. I believe that, or I've helped as many people as the next guy or girl. Every single day I don't get up and say, how can I make Dave better, richer, whatever. I say, how can I help more people? So if you want to help more people, you have to come and get equipped with those skills, right? You have to if I want to help Larry, I got to call him up and say, hey, Larry, is there anything I can do to help you? Right? If you want to, and if I want to win, because I need to have a team of people around me. Nobody's ever created anything great on their own. As much as the only person that created something great was like some of the great artists, Picasso, but there was somebody along the lines that helped him, right? And so even though when you see somebody like Serena Williams who's winning championships and it looks like it's an individual sport, really she has an entire team of people around her who's helping her be that champion. And so if you're sitting at home by yourself, or you're not engaging in the group, or you're just on an island alone and you're wondering, why am I not having the success that I deserve? It's because you're on an island on your own, and we're inviting you into the middle of the boat. We're inviting you into the middle of the team circle, the huddle, the locker room, the mastermind, whatever you want to call it. And, that's going to be, I don't know that I can put it into words what the value of those experiences. You have to experience it to know what I'm talking about, but it truly is magical.
Barbara says, where's the link? You said the link is in the.
I thought Barbara, if you look at the, you're looking on Facebook. I believe there's a link right in the Facebook post of this live stream. At least I thought
should be in the description, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to Fayon. Fayon was the one that talked to me today about hope. He's on. He just said something. Yeah, we got a lot of great. Some of the usual suspects, as we say, commenting, just giving great positive feedback and stuff. So it's time to take action. That's really where we're at right now. All that we've said should lead to one destination, and that's ACTION. Action. Take some action on something we said tonight. At the very least, get your own ticket. And then if you feel so giving to get somebody else. Somebody said something about a co-op on an Airbnb. Now, how creative is that?
Pretty.
How creative is that? Yeah. Co-op on an Airbnb. So that's the way you want to think. You want to think about, how can we support each other? How can we bring down the cost? How can we carpool? How can we plane pool? Whatever, if that's such a thing. But how can we band together and really provide some support for everybody? So with that being said, it's 5 to 10 Eastern this side of the world. We do have somebody on from South Africa, by the way. Shout out to South Africa in the house. So with that being said, David, any final thoughts before we wrap up?
See you in St. Pete, February 2nd through the 4th.
With that being said, as you know, I always say, go forth in victory. This webinar's a wrap. We'll see everybody tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern. Wake Up Legendary call. Have a great night.
See you guys.